If I try to change my life one more day, there would be nobody else to save. And I can't change into a person I don't wanna be, so oh, it's Saturday night. Play for making on the weekend.
What is going on, guys? So this one is actually going to be a video that I will record, edit, and throw up in the same day. More of like a breaking news kind of thing out of the music industry. So for anybody that hasn't heard, it broke this morning via the official Instagram account that Brendan Urie is looking to move on to the next chapter of his life, and thus ends the saga of Panic at the Disco. Now, he is the only remaining member of the original band, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit today because that band was incredibly influential to me, definitely in my teenage years, the young teenage years, the older teenage years. I've kept up with them. It's actually, if you look back at any of the old videos where I have short sleeves on, I've got a Panic tattoo right here on my forearm. And it's the only band tattoo I have. It's a matching tattoo I have with my sister. And the band means exponentially more to her, for sure, because anybody that knows me knows John Mayer is my top artist. But Panic has been hers forever. And that's been a bonding thing with us, clearly, to get tattoos of the band on our forearms. Been to 20, 25 plus shows, and we're going to get to do one more, and it's going to be on her birthday, which is going to be pretty special. That will be the last live Panic show, barring reunions or things like that. Of course, bands in the past have ended and then they come back together, but as it stands, guys, this is another example of the only thing we can really count on is change, and it kind of makes us face that a little bit more. And I know it's it's a band, it's this, they have lives. Of course they have lives. That's what he's going to go do. Brendan put it in the post that you saw earlier at the opening of the video. He's expecting with his wife, they're gonna go build a family, and that is awesome. I'm happy for Brendan. I appreciate all the incredible memories of live shows, and honestly what the music got me through when I was going through some personal stuff when I was younger. Definitely was part of that scene kid stuff in high school, was not a popular guy in high school, and really got into that whole scene. Those bands that you heard were Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco. I dabbled in some Disturbed and things of that, which is a little bit different than the scene bands, but for the most part, I listened to that middle school all the way through high school, and that was definitely my genre. I hung out with people that listened to that music, and this is one to let you guys know that it happened. If you haven't seen it, anybody that's a big fan obviously will have followed the Instagram, followed him on Twitter or anything like that. But it's also a thank you to Brendan. It's a sad day. I'm sad about it, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the family that he wants to go create, the life that he wants to build with his family. And thank you, for giving us the albums that you did, the music that you did, the moments that you gave us live. Incredibly talented live performer. So much energy, so much fun, and the high notes, man, those high notes. But it's an emotional day, but I also think it's a day of growth for people, especially for me. It's a day of growth for me because we realize, not everything that we've counted on is always going to be the same way. The status quo changes, and that is just part of growing up, part of life. And some of the things that we take pleasures in or guilty pleasures in or take our mind off of it, and that's not to say that the music is leaving, it's not, but to have that anticipation of a new album or really getting excited for an upcoming show or anything like that for different bands. And this is across the whole music genre. And if you don't listen to a lot of music, or if you don't really experience music. There are those of us that experience the music very heavily. It has an intense effect on us, and I listen to music like while I sleep. I usually have Spotify going with something. I listen to music in the car. I listen to podcasts in the car too, but I grew up on music. I have an eclectic and extremely diverse music taste, and there are those people that just it matters more to them than to others. I'm one of those. My sister's one of those, and it's just a little bit of me rambling, a little bit of me talking my feelings out about, my second favorite music artist is going to hang it up, and we're not going to get any new music. And today, while I was out running errands and things this morning, I was listening to Panic, listening to the old albums, I Write Sins, Lying, and then it would pop up with High Hopes, which was awesome, and everybody got to experience that song through NFL play, radio play, all those kinds of things. So if you haven't heard, Brendan released on the Panic at the Disco Instagram that they are going to hang it up. He is going to start a new chapter, and for him to start his new chapter, this chapter needed to end. And I think the only way that I can really assess this is in one of his songs. It's "If You Love Me, Let Me Go." And I think that's what us as sinners, as we're called, Panic fans, any of the people, even casual fans, not even the diehard fans, are gonna have to do. I wholeheartedly understand the growth, the want, the need to concentrate on your family, to concentrate on what's next for you, what's best for him. And there's just been 20 years that we've been listening, or 18, I know, so I'm not specifically correct, but almost 2 decades we've been listening to music, really enjoying when he comes out with new stuff, going to shows and enjoying the hell out of them. And you're just talking through feelings, which is kind of what this video is. If it's rambling, sorry. This is just a way for me to kind of process the point of moving on, the point of appreciation for what he's done for me personally, for what he's done for the masses, for the music, and the good times that I had while I was listening to the music. So if you haven't, go check it out. There's a lot more other well-written stories, and they'll tell you all about the history and everything. But part of that gem is discovering artists for yourself. So if you haven't heard of Panic at the Disco, go give him a listen. It is part of the Scene Kid, part of the pop punk era of fun, but he has grown a lot as an artist over the last 15, 20 years, and some of the later stuff is not. Still intense, still a lot of fun and a lot of energy, but I guess to end this, thank you, Brendan, for the music. Thank you to the band as a whole that came up with the original band and released the original albums, and thank you to all the people I've met at shows that absolutely went nuts when he was there and had fun and made it an incredible experience for everybody that was there. So thank you to everybody. Again, this is just kind of me talking about, discussing, and working out my feelings over it. And this one's difficult. I'm not gonna lie. This has been a difficult couple of hours, and it'll be a difficult couple of days. And for anybody that's out there going, man, it's just a band. Why? You can't get affected. It's not an emotional thing. Then I would say to those people, I'm sorry, because you don't experience music the way I do, the way so many of us do, and I'm sure this has hit people a lot harder than it's hit me. So I guess, guys, I'm kind of speechless a little bit. I did want to jump on here and kind of share my feelings about it. I'm sad, but I'm incredibly grateful that the band existed, that the music still exists, and I can always go back and enjoy it. So until next time, Fam Jam, throw on Spotify, throw on YouTube music, give Brendan a listen, and hopefully you'll discover some new music if you haven't heard of him or haven't heard of Panic. And if you have, you'll enjoy it and feel a little bit of nostalgia today. So, Fam Jam, until next time, I'm out.